Baby, sweetie, I have to go live. I can't, look, everyone's waiting for me. Look, look at all these people in the green room, sweetie. There are people in the green room waiting for me, and I cannot be loving you right now. Oh, don't make that face. Hold on. Oh, no. Everyone's ready, Jamie. You're over there cooking. Oh, Lord. Sweetie, I know. Let me go live, and then I promise you we'll spend some time together, okay? I do promise you. I do. Millie, you can come too, okay? We're going to all spend some time together, but I have to go live first, sweetie. Hey, sweet girl. Daddy's going to do a live video, okay? And then when I'm done, we're going to... Oh, my goodness gracious. Babe, I'm going to do a live video. If you don't mind.
Let me just turn it off for you.
Yeah, just turn that off. Thank you so much. It's always something, sweetie. It's always something before Daddy goes live, ain't it? Okay, Ritzy, you're going to be sweet. I don't worry about you at all. Hank, I know that you're fine. I don't worry about you. Do you mind? Would you fold those clothes while you're laying there? Could you just go ahead and fold them clothes up, please? You don't mind folding them clothes for me, do you? You ain't going to fold no clothes. Sweetie, you want to help her fold the clothes? And just so you know, they do not want to help fold the clothes. They do enjoy helping us mess up the clothes. Sometimes Jamie will come by and fold everything up so nice and neat. And when they come in and jump on the bed, they're like bulls in a china shop. They are like bulls in a china shop. Thank you, Teresa, who says, welcome back. Yes, it's true. Hey, Larry, it is true. I did actually make Lunch with Longhorn Lester live. Hi, Vanessa, at noon. However, it was not a good time for me. There was so much going on, Gamey. There was so much going on. There was. It reminds me of what happened whenever I went with Lex and Connor to Jack in the Box. Sometimes I get to going so fast that I end up slurring my words. And so if I don't, lo and behold, get to the drive-thru and I want to order the boys their cheeseburgers, which is common. And so I say 3 please burgers cheese. And it was the most embarrassing thing ever. 3 please burgers cheese is what I ordered. That is the kind of stuff that I do, Jamie. And I was. Here's the thing. The boys didn't even notice, and the lady in the window didn't notice, or at least if she did, she didn't say anything. 3 please burgers, double please burgers, cheese. And I'm like, what did I just say? And then I got so embarrassed that I just turned red. This is red from the sun. The way I felt that particular day was not. I was equally red. But it was from a slip of the tongue. And I do that all the time. Jamie's embarrassment of the day is, Jamie should be equally embarrassed. It was funny because as I was driving, I put my phone on the charger, but I will sometimes turn on a video and just listen. I don't watch the video. I only listen to the video. And I was at the the Plum Grove property, and I got ready to drive back over here, and I went to YouTube, and I just kind of let all the videos play like in a loop. And if lo and behold, Jamie's video wasn't the first one to start, her morning video. And I happened to look over, and I could not believe what I was seeing. I thought that Jamie and my dad, Pawpaw, had collaborated on the video. I was certain of it. And the reason I say that is because Jamie's video was playing upside down. I don't know how she did that. Jamie played a video upside down. And I was like, oh my God. And the thing is, it had already been like several hours. So there were so many comments on her video. And I'm like, is it just my phone? Is it just my phone? So I go, I thought that my phone had somehow inverted her video upside down. I called her immediately and I says, check your video. It's upside down. It was upside down. And she's like, I know. She was so embarrassed that she had recorded the video the right way. But sometimes when you go in to edit a video, you know how we edit, we cut all the stuff out that we don't want and we put in all the good stuff that we want. Sometimes things happen, and we have sometimes the uploaded videos on mute. We've uploaded videos that we have the music in the wrong place. And in Jamie's case, she uploaded the video with part of her scenes upside down. Straight out of my dad's, the book of my dad. Yeah, if my dad could make a video guide to video creators for seniors who want to create video creation, absolutely having that video recorded upside down was a pawpaw move. Oh no, Karen, I was afraid of this. Hold on, Jamie. This is going to be scary. This is going to be real scary. But see, this is what I got myself into here. I got to find that comment. Okay. So Karen says, I want to know how you're going to make it up to us. So first things first, for anyone that was not watching earlier this morning, right around noon when I went live from the tractor, and I says, you have to forgive me. I says, you guys know me. I am the most punctual person that there is. I my life has to be that way. Maybe it's an OCD thing or whatever, but my life has to be orderly. I cannot do well I don't do well like that. Okay. So straight up, I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to make it by noon, but I could not leave anybody wondering and worrying and all that. So I went ahead and pulled my tractor up close to Jake's place over there in Plum Grove, where I could get I had just a couple of bars of his internet, and I said, I went ahead and connected to the Wi-Fi, and I was trying to go live. I went to both Facebook and YouTube on the little StreamYard using my phone, which is crazy, I know. And I told you all that I'm so sorry. I'm running very late. There were some things that happened out of my control that we'll talk about today. And then I said, I promise you, I'll make it up to you if I could get you guys just to come back around 3 o'clock or so. Give me some time to finish my job. And I said, I promise I'll make it up to you. And as soon as I said, I promise I'll make it up to you, my mind began to start churning, saying, wait, how am I going to make it up to them? How in the world will I ever make it up to them? Because how do you make it up to somebody, right? And then I told you in that same little video, I says, I don't know how I'm going to make it up to you, but I feel a whole lot like I do whenever I've made a mistake and slipped up and I forget an anniversary or I forget a birthday or I forget a special occasion. You know, sometimes us men will do that. And then we have to go on the offensive and try to make it up. And I just could not for the life of me think of how I'm going to make it up to you. So when I get to the house, let me go ahead and hide that. Karen, thank you for reminding everybody. When I got to the house, my first instinct was I'll just give them a puppet show. I'll just give them a Longhorn Lester puppet show. But I'm like, no, that looks too much like Jason over at Cog Hill. I'm not going to do that. That looks nothing like me. That's like totally Jason over at Cog Hill. So I'm not going to mess with all of that puppet show stuff. Instead, I have another idea. I have another idea that I think is going to be hilarious. So we will get into that whenever y'all are ready. Jamie's also saying that before I get started on making it up to you all, and I will make it up to you, I have a plan. She wants me to try one of her meals. Jamie, if you don't know this already, is working with a little sponsorship from a company called Hello There, Babe.
HelloFresh.
Oh, HelloFresh. Where did that come from? Hello, Babe. Why did I think it was Hello There, Babe? I don't know where that came from.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Hello There, Babe. I don't know why I thought it was Hello, Babe. Hello, Babe. HelloFresh. And so she's actually making her first meal over here behind me, behind you all. I can see her. I know you can only hear all the clicking and the beeping and her stirring things. You might hear some of the onions frying up on the frying pan. So as soon as that meal is prepared, we're going to turn this live video into a little bit of a review of her HelloFresh, dear. What is the recipe people want to ask, or people are actually asking? Hello Kitty. Yes, Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty, dear. Oh boy. So this is what Jamie is supposedly preparing for me for my lunch. And I can't wait. This looks delicious. It looks amazing. It's called bavette steak and blistered shishito peppers. And if I said any of that wrong, I know you guys will be fast to correct me. You probably are reading it backwards, though. I don't know if you're able to read it, but bavette steak and blistered shishito. Shishito. Oh, all of a sudden, and I wonder why I get demonetized all the time. I wonder why I get demonetized. Who would have ever named a pepper like that? That has to be Japanese.
I think so.
That has to be a Japanese word. Okay. Ooh, Jamie just handed me a knife and a fork. Listen, I really would be embarrassed eating in front of you all. Now, if we were all in the same room and we were all eating together, that would be one thing. But by me just, I'm just going to try it, and then she'll put it in the microwave, and I'll actually eat it in a little bit, okay? All right, so what I think that we're going to do to have some fun today is a phone prank. But we're only going to phone prank people that we're friends with around Morrow Hill, okay, some of the other creators that you all know. And so I thought to myself, we could phone prank just random people, but that would be mean. I'm too old for that. So instead, I'm not too old to phone prank my family members. And so I have a couple of things that I'm thinking about. I'll try. But what I'm going to ask you all to think about after I give you the scenario is, who do you think would support me in what I'm going to ask of them? Now, just so you know, this is not real. So no one needs to start trying to report this as something horrible. We're having fun with family members. And what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to set this all up, is I'm going to pretend as though I was in a minor fender bender, and the person that hit me he begged not to call the police. So me being a nice guy, I'm like, okay, fine, I won't call, but this is going to cost you at least $200. The guy tells me to follow him to his house, and he'll pay me. I follow him to his house, but when I get there, he had an entire group of people come outside and refuse to acknowledge that he ever even hit my truck. So I'm going to call some different creators around Morrow Hill and ask who will ride with me, who will be my ride or die, as the young kids say, who will be my ride or die, and who's going to ride with me up across, down the road to the neighbors and demand that I get my money, or else it may go to knuckles, y'all. It may be. I have to make sure to keep a straight face. I cannot be laughing. So what I did was I put my phone right here beside me so you all can hear. I want to make sure you can hear. No one's going to know, y'all. No one's going to know that we're doing this. No one even knows that I'm going live at 3:00, I hope. So we're going to start calling those people. Everyone's saying that Jake and Brianne will for sure go. I don't know if they will or not. We're not going to start with them. We're going to start with my mom. How many think that my mom would be willing to ride with me? Who all thinks that my mom is willing to ride with me? I'm going to add me back to the stage. Am I still here? Are you guys still here? Did anyone else lose me there for a moment? Okay. Guys, I think that I'm back. I think it is too hot for the internet to work. Yes. Okay. We're back. Thank you, Lord. We did lose. Huh? Yeah, we're having some kind of an update. You guys know how that goes sometimes. Jamie's computer is bad. Anybody who's using Snapchat is bad. Snapchat will take every ounce of bandwidth that you got. But I think that I'm back now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. We did lose over 1,000 people in that short time span. They're like, I ain't going to watch nothing. I ain't going to watch no blue screen. And that's fine. Maybe they'll jump back in. But what we're going to do while Jamie's preparing the meal, I'm going to go ahead. Is it almost time for my first bite? Yep. So I will get my first bite, and then I will show you how wonderful this meal looks. I wish you could smell it because it smells amazing. It smells so darn good. But thank you for all the comments of who all you're suggesting I'm going to, who will have my back. If y'all have any other skit ideas, any other ideas of things, but remember, I only want to call family members. I only want to call family members. And we're going to do that momentarily. Jamie is putting the plate together, and she's going to hand it over here to me. I'm going to take a couple of bites and tell you this is a firsthand reaction to meal. Everyone's still saying that Jake is going to be the one who's going to go with me. I don't know, y'all. Don't forget, Jake is a married man now with a child on the way. A second child. Jake is he's a married man with his second child on the way. And that does change a man. Let's not forget how we were back in our single days. Happy-go-lucky, you would throw down in a heartbeat. Yet once you got married and you got kids on the way, you had to grow up a lot. I think that Bree would still go. I don't think Bree gives a darn about her kids. Bree would bring her kids with her. Brianne would throw Cash and Carter in the back seat and just ride.
Carter would go with you.
Carter would go with us. I know. I don't think there's any way Ben would ever go.
Oh, there's a lot of people that would go just to make a video of whatever.
Oh, that's true. James said they may go just to make a video. Look at this, though.
It's not plated perfect because I know there's things you don't like. So I put everything on.
So Jamie put everything onto the plate, even though she knows I will not eat everything on this plate. All right, so this is how. Now, is this just, do you have your plate also?
I'm doing it.
So there's enough for 2 people then.
There's actually enough for 4.
So it says there's enough for 4 people, even though Jamie and I,
Enough for you.
that means there's enough for she and I. Doesn't this look wonderful? I'm going to go and give it a bite. I'm going to taste some of the rice. Good rice. What's this corn stuff?
Try it.
Is this cream corn?
No.
It's hot.
It's very spicy.
This corn, whatever it is very, very spicy.
I actually like it a lot.
Oh, wow. What's the corn called?
Street corn.
Street corn. And then I'm going to try one bite of the steak that I can actually tear off without having to use my fork. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Jamie.
Pass? Pass? Like it passed inspection?
Oh, it is amazing. I would eat this entire plate, and I will. Let me do this live first. If you put it in the microwave. Wow.
Yay.
Friend, Gay, if you have ever had a chance to have a HelloFresh meal, or if not, if you can ever find that one right there, that thing is going to be delicious. Okay. All right. With no further ado, are y'all ready to get right into the live and make those phone calls? Okay. So I'm going to ask you, who do we call first? I'm going to go with popular opinion here. Who do I call first? Well, most people are saying call Brianne.
You want to make bets on who actually answers their phone?
Oh, that's true too. Who would not answer their phone? So let's go ahead and call Brianne, y'all.
Brie will answer.
You think Brie will answer?
Yeah.
I think she will too. Okay. Let's go ahead and call Brianne. I'm going to go to my phone book, my contacts. Huh?
I thought you were calling your mom first.
Oh, should I call my mom first? All right, fine. I will call my mom first, y'all. I'm going to call Gigi first. Here we go. Now, mom may not answer. Mom never answers. My mom is the worst about answering her phone. All right, my mama's cell phone. Here we go. It's going to be on speaker, phone, and speaker. I hope you all can hear. I wish it were louder, Jamie.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Okay, so mom is not going to answer, which is typical mom. My mom screens her calls. My mom has her phone in her lap at all times. My mom lets nothing get past her. But if my mom is busy, or if she's babysitting, or if she's doing something, then sometimes she will not answer. So let's go ahead and just skip my mom. Let's go to Sister Kim. Lester, my phone is not ringing, says Kelly. Well, Kelly, I'm calling my mom. I'm going to go ahead and call Sister Kim now because she'll be fun. Jamie, this fly is on my ear. Let's call Sister Kim, y'all. Let's call Sister Kim. Someone says call your mom 3 times. Make it ring. I think I'll do that. Here we go. Here's Sister Kim. Dang it. Someone needs to answer their phone. Well, this
call is forwarded to an automatic voice message system 281622968.
Well, we're not going to call Sister Kim. My goodness, Jamie, you were right. No one's going to answer their phone. Who does that to Lester? Isn't that sad? Let's go ahead and call Bree. Calling Brianne, y'all. Here we go. Calling Brianne.
Hello.
Hey, Bree.
Hey.
I have a little bit of a problem, a dilemma.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
I got you on speaker because Jamie's sitting here listening too. I was in Plum Grove this morning. I saw you. But listen, whenever I was leaving, a truck rear-ended me. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
A truck rear-ended me. And so it was his fault, obviously. I got out, he got out, and he apologized, said he wasn't paying attention, he's on his phone or whatever. But when I asked for his insurance information, he got all weird, and he asked me not to call the police for obvious reasons. And then he said he'd rather just pay me cash. And I says, well, it's just a minor dent, but it would be at least, I'm thinking, $200. He told me to follow him to his house, and he would take care of it there at the house. I guess he had cash back at the house, right? So I followed him around the loop back towards the house there in the neighborhood. But Brianne, when I got close to his house, he like jumped out of his truck and ran inside, like kind of like weird. And then before you know it, there's like 4 or 5 people outside, mostly women. And so the guy says he has no idea what I'm talking about. He says it's the wrong guy. So what I want to do, and I don't know exactly how to do it, but I told Jamie I should just drive back over there, but take a couple of people with me, just so he knows that I'm not messing around. And my question is, dude, would you want to ride?
Well, heck yeah.
So what do you think we should do? Like, is there a right way to do this or a wrong way? Or I don't want to get myself in any kind of legal trouble, but at the same time, I mean, this is just blatant disregard for the law. And I'm trying to be a nice guy, and I follow him to his house like he asked me to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then got his own witnesses, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he grabbed his own witnesses.
I don't think I can speak for what we're allowed to do and what we should do on a legal level, but I'm ready to ride whenever.
Well, I just think just a show of force, just if we could like the show of force, you're not going to bring Cash and Carter, are you?
No.
Okay. I don't really know what to do with Cash and Carter. I thought we could put them in the back seat, maybe in the car seats, but
they love to ride in the bed of the truck.
I don't know about that, Bree. I don't want to get
a real show of force there. We got even the kids tagging along.
But you will go though?
Yeah, I'll go.
Is there a certain time that works for you? I just don't want to wait too many days. I would rather do it sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah, any day, any time in the afternoon when the kids' grandparents or great grandparents are ready to babysit, I'm good to go whenever.
Well, it's 3:30 now. Maybe I'll wait till it cools off a little bit around 5 or 6, and then I'll call you back and we can make some plans. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you, Bree. We love you.
Yeah, love y'all too. See you later.
Bye-bye.
I told you.
Dang. Not just you. Everybody said Brianne would go. Everyone said Brianne would go. She's a tough cookie, y'all. Brianne is a tough cookie. She's going to ride. Mom wouldn't answer. Kim wouldn't answer. Brianne answers, says, yeah, I'll ride with you. Let's go. Let's go over there and see what it's all about. All right, let's call my dad. Here we go. Oh, Lord. We're calling my dad. Here we go. Calling dad. Can y'all hear okay? Can everyone hear?
Your mom and dad are napping.
You're probably right. It's probably the nap time. If my dad said he would go, it was only to try to keep me out of trouble. Dad's not going to answer.
No, he would go for the video too.
Dad would go for the video. Jamie's right. We're going to call Jake. We're calling old Jake, y'all. Shirtless Jake. Here we go. Calling shirtless Jake. Hey, Jake, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. What? Oh, that's you got your family there. I hear all the noise in the background.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jake, I had an incident real fast. Let me tell you about it, and I'm curious what you think I should do.
Okay.
When I was leaving Plum Grove a little earlier, there at the stop sign by the fire department, I got rear-ended. A guy ran into the back of my truck. And he did not hit it hard, but it was enough to where it was an obvious, hit. I got out, he got out, he didn't run, but he begged me. He literally begged me not to call the police. Okay, fine. And then I says, well, maybe. I says, insurance. I said, you got insurance? And he said, no. And I said, sir, and I was talking to him in Spanish. I said, so what do you want me to do? And he says, if I follow him to his house, he'll pay me $200 if I just let it go. And in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Either I have to file my own insurance, which is probably going to be a lot more than that. So I says, fine, whatever. So we turned around. I followed him back to the neighborhood. But here's the weird thing. Whenever he got back to his house, he jumped out of his car and he ran inside. So I pull up. I didn't pull in, but I pulled up there along the road, got out, and I walked up to the door, and he sent 4 people outside to meet me. And they all said that they don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm just making this up or something. So I told Jamie, I think my problem right now is I think that I made a mistake by not calling the police. And so what I don't know for a fact what I should do, but I'm thinking that what if we got in the truck together, like you rode with me and we drove by there in the afternoon at some point, just to let them know that I'm not going to forget about this. I know where you live and I'm bringing people with me. Does that?
Okay.
Are you okay with that? Would you go?
Yeah, I'll go.
I mean, we're not going to, it's not going to turn to fisticuffs or anything, but I just think that he needs to know that if he wants to send all of his people outside in the front yard, like for witnesses, then I'll show up with all my people in the front yard as well.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I'll go.
You will go. All right. Well, Jake, I thought I could count on you. Thank you. Let's not do it now, though. I'm just home. I'm trying to cool off a little bit, but I'll call you back in the afternoon. And if I make a plan to go back over there, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you, Jake. I love you.
How big were these people?
Well, the one guy was about my age, about my size. So if it turns into that, I'll take care of him. But but the other two they were probably maybe in their 20s, but they weren't like muscle men. They're not like built or anything. They're just like, but there's also two women, and they were the ones that I'm more scared of.
Yeah. No, don't go too bad. We'll grab them and we'll hold them hostages. So they'll leave us alone.
Jake, why is everything gonna be a joke with you? Why is everything gonna be a joke?
I'm just trying to find a way we can get ourselves out of this. If it gets bad, we're gonna have to hold them hostage.
It sounds like you're having fun with all of this, Jake. I'm concerned about my truck, and you're over here just laughing about it like it's no big deal.
I don't know. I think we'll be all right.
All right, I'm gonna try to get together a few more people. Who else should I call? Do you think?
I don't know if there's women we can bring Bree and Lissa. I don't know what Lissa can do because she's pregnant, but we can bring Bree.
You want to ask Lissa real fast while she's there, see if she'll go?
Are you gonna come? Yeah, she'll come.
She'll go too?
Yeah.
Does Lissa have like an inner gangster where she can like inner? Because I think that what we're going to do is show them that we're not just some nerdy white guys. We're like got some inner gangster in us too.
Yeah, she's pretty scary.
She can be scary. Okay.
I'm gonna wear a bandana and tie the knot forward on my head like Tupac. They'll know we mean business.
You're not going to take Brindley, are you?
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, all right, Jake. It's nice to know I can count on you. I'll call you later and let you know what's going on. Okay. I'll tell you all the details.
All right, then.
Thanks, Jake.
All right. See you.
Bye.
I knew you would say yes.
Well, we got two. We have two. All right.
You got Lissa.
And Lissa. I didn't even ask. Jake said that Lissa has some inner gangster in her. Gosh, this is going to be good. Now, here's my problem, though. Even though this entire thing is fictional, in my mind, I'm making it real. This is real. And I'm kind of like getting myself worked up for this. I'm like, wait, this is not even real. What are we going to do? Where can we go? This is never going to work. Okay, so for anyone who's just joining, who's asking what's going on, we are phone pranking some of the creators around Morrow Hill, pretending that Lester had a fender bender and that the guy refused to show me his insurance. He also promised if I would follow him to his house, he'd pay me a couple $100 just to let it go, to let it slide. And so my scenario is that I follow him to his house, but when I got there, he ran inside and sent 4 people outside to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I've made the whole thing up. Like, what am I going to do now? So I'm trying to gather up as many creators around Morrow Hill who will ride with me, my ride or dies, okay, as they say.
Did you call your dad already?
I called Dad, no answer. I called Kim, no answer. I called my mom, no answer. It goes to voicemail on all 3 of theirs. So I did call Brianne. She said she will go. I also called Jake. He said he would go, and he would also bring Lissa along with him. Okay. Stephanie. All right, time to call Stephanie. All right, guys. I don't know exactly how many voted for all these folks up front, but who thinks that Stephanie will go? Stephanie, if you don't know much about Stephanie, and don't forget, you all know that Brianne's page is Life on Morrow Hill. Jake's page is Shirtless Jake's Homestead. Lissa's page is Life with Lissa Blog, BLOG. I'm going to call Stephanie now, who is the Denman Homestead. All right, so Steph, this will be fun. I very seldom call Steph. I will normally message her on Messenger, but I do have her number. Here we go. Here we go. Buddy's not going to be home yet, I don't think. Hey, Steph, can you hear me okay?
Do you want my Bluetooth thing?
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry to bother you, first of all. I know you're busy. Is a buddy with you?
Yeah, he's over here.
Oh, good. Can y'all both hear?
No, I can get to him though. 1 second.
All right. I have a question, a dilemma, really.
Okay. Hold on.
Here we go. Steph is going to get Bud.
1 second. I was out in the RV.
I'm sorry, Steph. I know y'all are busy. I know. I'm so. You.
He's right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I hate to bother the two of you. I know y'all are busy. Y'all got vacation coming up and stuff. Something happened today that I'm a little bit torn about, and I'm just not sure which direction to go. And I'm looking for advice.
Okay.
When I was in Plum Grove this morning, as I'm leaving out at the stop sign, I got rear-ended. It was minor, but I pulled over there by the fire department, and the guy did pull over, luckily. But when I asked him for his insurance, he said he didn't have any. Okay, fine. Okay, no big deal. We see it all the time. So I says, well, hold on. I have to call the police. I have to make a report. Man, I tell you what, he pretty much got on his hands and knees and begged me not to. Okay, fine. It is what it is. I don't want to make too much out of it. But I told him there's damage to my truck. And I says, how does he suspect that I pay for it? And he told me if I would follow him back to the neighborhood, he said he has $200 he'll give me. And I know that probably is not much, but I thought it would at least be a start. So I went ahead and listened to my conscience, and I was kind of like debating back and forth, but I got behind the guy. I followed him back to the neighborhood. But listen, when I got to his house, he got out of his vehicle and he went inside the house. I thought he might be getting a few dollars from his wallet or whatever from his stash. He ends up sending out family members, younger family members, and they're all kind of like trying to intimidate me, making me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm in the wrong neighborhood and this and that. And so now I'm in a real pickle. I feel like if I call the police now, after I've tried to avoid the police, then I'm doing it all backwards. I have no proof of anything. So what I thought, is this dumb if we like all load up in my truck and like drive over ourselves, and just to show him that we also have a show of force? Not that it's going to come to fisticuffs or anything, but I think just if his tactic was to intimidate me by throwing out all of his family members who live there, I thought we could all roll up and like equally be intimidating. What are y'all's thoughts? And if I'm off on this, just let me know. I don't care. I'm just confused.
Lester.
Yeah.
I have a collection of swords. So we could put like armor on, like medieval armor, and I could hand out the swords to everyone in the family.
I don't know if Buddy's joking or not. I know you have a collection of swords, and I know you love dressing up for Oktoberfest or whatever. Fine.
But what's more intimidating than our whole family
Shotgun.
looking like medieval knights?
No.
Buddy, can't you take anything serious? For real, Bud. This is very serious, and you're just making a big joke about it.
I'm being dead serious.
I have no problem loading up with what? Like,
What are you gonna load up with?
I don't think we should do anything with weapons. If we have weapons, then it makes it look worse.
well, I think you can come with weapons that like not to show off, but I mean, if you're going into the neighborhood across the street, you really don't know who's trying to do what. I really wouldn't want to be caught with my pants down, you know. And
No, I understand that, and I know that you're certified to carry too. So, I just don't know about showing up with like everyone being armed. I think that's going to just kind of antagonize it even worse. You don't just think that my truck pulling up, the same truck that he knows he ran into, and then like 4 or 5 or maybe a whole bunch of us jumping out of the front and the back seat would be enough to say, hey, we're not going to leave. We live here too, buddy. And we were here a long time before you were.
I mean, I don't see what could go wrong in that scenario.
Okay. So y'all are down then? All right. So I'll wait till it cools off a bit, maybe like around 5 or 6 or 7-ish or so, maybe make sure everyone's home. And then I'll call y'all back and then see if we can all gather up maybe over at the house and we can all ride together then. Or we could all take separate cars. I don't care. Whatever y'all think is best.
I'll get my gear.
I have a question though. Is the $200 going to?
No, I don't think so, Steph. You know how much everything costs, but at least I thought that was at least a nice offer. And you know what? I probably would not thought twice about it until he refused to come out of the house. He sent his family out there, his wife and kids, and to make me feel like they're going to be witnesses against whatever crime I'm about to commit. I'm like, wait, I didn't commit a crime. I'm here to collect on a crime that you committed. No insurance, probably no identification. So you guys are going to ride with me, you think? I will.
My plan's the best.
No, I don't think his plan's the best. I think it's dumb. I think my plan's better because it's worked before. I've had to go chase down bad guys, and I think that my plan would be better.
That's right, Steph. You have experience in all of this. You certainly do. Well, I'm glad I called y'all. Well, listen, let me let you go now. I'm going to see what Mom and Dad say about it and just make sure I cover all of my bases here. But thank y'all for being willing to be the ride or die with me. I appreciate you guys doing that.
Anytime.
Huzzah.
Buddy.
Hey, Jake's calling me back. Let me go ahead and grab that. Jake might want to ride now. Thanks, guys.
Right.
I'll talk to y'all later. Jake, what's wrong? Do you have a change of plans?
Well, I think we see the guy. Honey, is that the guy you think with the knee brace? There's a guy out here at the knee brace with a dent in the front of his car. Is this the guy you're talking about? You're gonna take on?
Is he like a heavy set guy with a mustache who looks like Cheech and Chong?
Yeah, exactly like Cheech and Chong.
Jake, are you joking right now? Jake, are you just being serious?
You know, I'm trying to calm down too. I try to get on Facebook, calm my nerves, and I'm like, what is this? He's live right now, so I want to see what you're. And then I hear the same exact conversation going on. Like, you just have me, you're recruiting Buddy with swords.
Jake, do not tell anybody else.
I'm not.
You spend
I'm not telling nobody.
you spend too much time on social media, Jacob.
I'm trying to find my red bandana over here, and I find out this is all a joke. I got my red bandana on, and I'm all strapped up here, and now we're not even going.
Thank you, Jake.
Dang it.
Buddy wants to carry swords.
Yeah. He's going to be a samurai, and I'm going to be a gangster.
Okay.
We're going to have a samurai, a gangster, and a pregnant woman jump out of the truck. What are they going to think of us?
I'm gonna have
And a bald guy with a knee brace.
and my shoulder brace, Jake. I'm gonna have a shoulder brace and a knee brace. But Jake, I have an idea. I thought I would put my knee brace on my good knee.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And my shoulder brace on my good shoulder. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the guy in a nice way. I'm like, hey, with all due respect, if we're going to fight, that's fine. But please just do not hit me over here, which is really my good side. So what he's going to do, he's going to let down Jake. He's like, oh yeah, it's a one arm, one leg. I got this guy. So I'm going to like limp over towards him, but then I'm going to unleash fury out of my good knee and my good arm. And then when he thinks that my bad side is actually so strong, I think he'll run to his wallet and pay up. Do you not think he will? Because he's gonna be terrified of my good side.
Okay, what would they think if we showed up and we jump out of the truck and we got why don't we just take a trailer and we'll just pull up, you let out Carl, I'll bring Littlefoot along. Give us our money. We'll just let all of our birds out after.
Jake, you live in a Disneyland. I'm sorry, but you live in a Walt Disney movie, Jake. You're just like Jamie. Walt Disney. Can't you take anything serious like Buddy? All right, Jake. I'll talk to you more about this a little bit later. And
Right.
hold on, Jake.
Yeah?
Buddy wants to sword fight them. Do you know, Jake? I don't mean to get perverse. I know you're young, but do you know the joke behind sword fighting, man?
Yes, I know what sword fighting is.
Okay, Jake. Just keep that thought in mind. That's where
Buddy has a sword collection.
that's where Buddy wants to go with his sword collection to sword fight.
I don't even want to know what sword
Bree was gonna put the kids in the back of the pickup truck again.
Bree wants to bring her kids with her, Jake.
Oh my God.
Tell Lissa she can calm down. I don't need her inner gangster after all.
All right, I'll tell her to put everything back up.
Yeah. All right, Jake. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is going so good. This is going so good. No one's trying to talk me out of it,
No
though.
one. No
You
one.
would have thought that your family would try to talk you out of this, something so horrible.
No, they're down.
They are down.
Because I still think that every one of them in the back of their minds, maybe not Steph, is like, this is gonna be a great video. Like,
Okay, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be Ellie, guys. Oh Lord, how's Ellie gonna?
you gotta call Tina too.
Oh yes, I'll call Tina. Here goes Ellie. Here goes Ellie. Gosh, Ellie's gonna be so thoughtful and methodical. He's gonna be so thoughtful.
Hello?
Hey, son,
Hey, Dad.
how's everything going over there?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, I'm good. Hey, son, I was going to ask you about. I need some advice, actually. Sorry, Jamie's cooking, and we got the phone on speaker. But Ellie, listen. When I was leaving Plum Grove earlier, there was an incident at the stop sign there by the fire department, and somebody rear-ended the truck. All right, and so when the guy actually got out of the truck, I got out of my truck, and we kind of looked at all the damages and stuff. And I told him I need to call the police, but he was like adamant. He's like almost begged me not to. And I'm like, okay, fine. I said, but do you have insurance so I can at least file a claim? I said, because I mean, you know, you're in the wrong. And so he said he didn't have any insurance. Okay, fine. But he told me if I would follow him back to his house, he would give me the money that I needed to repair the truck damages. So I didn't really know what other option I had. So I did follow him back to his house there in the neighborhood. But when I got back to his place, he did something real weird. He like got out of his car and went inside the house, closed the door behind him. Didn't invite me in, you know, didn't do anything. Didn't even tell me to wait. He like got out and ran. And so I thought that was kind of suspicious. But a couple of minutes later, I get out and I knock on the door, and he sent 4 people from his house outside. Not like trying to fight me, but like 4 residents, probably his wife, his son, his daughters, and he sends his entire family out. And then I'm asking where the man is, who I thought was the dad, and they're like, he said he doesn't know you, and you got to get off our property. And so he duped me. He completely pulled one over on me. So why are you laughing, son?
I guess I can't tell if you're being serious or not, if that actually happened.
You think I'm joking about this?
Well, sometimes you pretend something really happened, like to test or see what I would do in the situation or what we would do or something.
Well, I'm not asking you what you would do. I'm asking you if you'll ride with me. I thought I would go back to Plum Grove later tonight when it cools off a little bit. And anybody who wants to ride with me can just all get in the truck, or we can take separate cars and we can all just drive over there. Very amicable, very nice, and just knock on the door and say, hey, I brought my family, and we, what you did was wrong, so that they would know that if they want to try to throw out their family, we'll just throw out our family too. I don't think that anything could come negative of that. But my question is, do you think that you would be able to ride with me?
I don't think that sounds safe at all. What if he's like a dangerous person or something like that? Well,
what would you do then?
I wouldn't have followed him to his house probably in the first place, because then you almost end up more isolated, like in his territory and whatnot, especially if you were alone. Like, what if he had people there that were armed or something like that? Or what if I don't know if he lived like kind of isolated or not, or if he like lived in plain sight. But I don't know. I would try to see if there's any way you can have evidence that he rear-ended you. I don't know if there's any cameras where it happened at. I know you said it was by that
fire department. So you think it's not a good idea then? You think we're going to put ourselves into harm's way?
Yeah, maybe see. I don't know. I'd try to see if there's any way you could have evidence or a witness or something like that.
Now, I guess that makes sense, Ellie. It's kind of what Jamie was thinking too. I don't know. I just kind of thought I would just kind of fight fire with fire in this situation, but maybe cooler heads will prevail, son. All right. That's good advice, bud. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why are you still laughing about it?
It's just, I guess, I don't know, just a crazy situation, I suppose. I'm still trying to think if, I don't know if you can call the police, and I don't know if your vehicle being hit on the back and his being damaged on the front is evidence enough for them or something like that. Or
yeah, he didn't even have a license plate, Ellie. What does that tell you? So I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to think it through, and then I'll let you know what we decide, son.
All right, be safe, whatever you
Oh, yeah. Thanks for your advice, buddy. I love you.
I love you too.
All right, bye-bye, son.
Bye.
Well, there's no surprise there. Ellie is the ultimate thinker in everything. He always is very methodical and thinks everything through. Oh, Lord. Hold on, Sandra, this is a joke. Don't anyone be calling the police, y'all. If you're joining in late, just know we're doing phone pranks to the Morrow Hill creators, okay? We are phone pranking Morrow Hill creators. Next, we got to do Tina. My sister Tina, who is live off the hill with Tina and Rob. Tina's a badass, y'all. You don't know Tina in her days. Tina was a real badass. So was Kim. But Kim doesn't answer her phone anymore. Calling Tina.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, T, I'm surprised you answered, and everyone else is hanging up on me or just ignoring my phone calls. Well, they're ignoring my phone calls. Tina, I got a quick question for you, and I'm not sure what to do, so I'm kind of looking for advice more than anything else.
Okay.
I was in Plum Grove this morning doing some work, and then when I was leaving, I got rear-ended right there at the stop sign by the fire department. I pulled up a little bit out of the way over there, and then the guy actually pulled over, so I was happy he pulled over. But when we got out to look at the damage, it wasn't horrible, but he did hit my new truck, and there is some damage to it. So the thing is, I told him I'm just going to call the police, and he got all crazy, just typical, got all crazy. And I says, well, at least do you have insurance? And he said he did not have any insurance. But listen, he admitted guilt, though. He admitted that he had hit me by not paying attention. And then he told me if I would follow him back to his house, he would give me the cash that would cover it. And even though I don't know what body shops charge for this and that, I thought that would be a decent idea. So I thought I would at least try it. So I went ahead and,
I was like, I'm scared. What happened?
Well, here's the thing. Everything was fine up until that point, besides my truck having some a minor ding on the back of it. But when I got back to his house, because I followed him, he got out of his car in the driveway and he walked inside the house, kind of like a brisk walk.
Yeah.
And he closed the door. Okay, so whatever. So I wait for a couple of minutes. I thought he was going to his wallet or going to his wife's purse or whatever. He never came back out. So I go knock on the door. And when I did, 4 people came to the door. There was his wife, I think was his wife, and maybe his son, who was like a high school age son, and then 2 high school aged girls. I'm thinking high school, maybe early 20s. I don't know. But bottom line is, I told them, I says, where's your dad? Because he hit my truck. And they all played dumb. Like, we don't know who you are. No one knows who you are. You're this, we're not paying you nothing, blah, 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 blah. And so I've been like, at that point, I never called the police. I never made any, I would have
called the police at that moment.
I didn't even take pictures, Tina, to prove anything. I just didn't think about it. I was nervous. So what I was thinking about doing was, this may sound kind of dumb, but you know how like sometimes if you got to show force with force. So how dumb would it be if some of us gather up either later today or tomorrow, whenever you have time? I know y'all are super, super busy, and we just drive over there. And so if he wants to send all his family out, I'll just also send my family out. And my question is,
they're illegal immigrants. They'll shoot you and then run back to whatever country they came from.
well, we don't know that for a fact.
That's not worth a dent in your truck. Are you crazy?
So you're not going to ride with me then?
No, I mean, if you needed financial help, I'd help you financially, but I'm not going to go over there and muscle up some illegal immigrants that don't have insurance.
Well, could Rob come?
I'm not letting Rob come either.
How about Bennett?
Do you not watch the news?
Tina, Bennett, or Elijah, maybe?
Lester, I am not putting my children. That's the people you see on the news. It's like, why didn't you just call the cops? Like, what is it worth?
I don't know, Tina. I felt bad for the guy, Tina. I felt bad for the guy. Okay.
Okay, then just let it go. Then just call your insurance and be like, yeah, I'll back into something.
Here's the thing, Tina. So time out for a minute. I sit here and told Jamie that you used to be the biggest badass around.
Yeah, but now I'm a grandmother. I'm a grandmother now. I've got things to lose. I didn't have anything to lose back then. I was just a young rebel. But now I've got a family and grandchildren, and I have to set good examples for my kids and my grandsons. I can't be trying to go fight some immigrants because they backed into you.
Sheesh, Tina. Okay. Well,
I can't believe you didn't take pictures because you are the king of photos and videos. But it's okay. We're not going to hold that against you. But I would this is my advice to you. I would say I never would have followed him into his house. If it did that and he didn't come out, at that moment, I would have called the cops and be like, he ran to me. He said, come over here. He had his information. I come here now. They're actually playing dumb. I would have done that. But if you didn't do that, at this point, you just got to let it go.
Well,
because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. Lex is still young. You can't take a chance on something like that.
All right. You're right, Tina. I guess that's kind of what the advice I was looking for. Even though I will say that Bud, Steph, Jake, Bree are all down to roll. They are all down to roll out with me. Jake's going, yeah, it's.
If he hurt one of your children, it'd be different. But just for it to rear end you and then not pay you back, I'm not going to put my life or my children's life at risk for that.
I don't blame you. And you wouldn't risk Rob either then? Because Rob's a big guy.
I need Rob. I still need him.
Okay, Tina, thank you. All right. Good advice.
If it was an argument in Walmart, I'd be there for you, but I'm not going to some immigrant's house. I'm not.
Okay. Love you, Tina. Thank you anyway.
Bye.
Thanks for nothing.
Bye.
Babe, did you hear Tina? She would fight somebody in Walmart, but she's not going to an illegal immigrant's house because they don't have any remorse. I think we've played enough. Have we played enough of this game, Jamie? Oh, Uncle Dan. Okay, Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan, I just wanted to get a hold of Kim so bad, but Kim would have called me back and she didn't. Now, Dan might be working. That's the only problem. Oh, boy. Dan might be working. I hope Dan's not at work. Last one, Uncle Dan. That's my brother. Hey, Dan, you working right now?
No, we're actually on our way to Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. Darn it, Dan. I need some advice then. Today when I was leaving Plum Grove, I ended up getting rear-ended by a fella there at the stop sign by the fire department. And then this guy at the fire department, he pulled over, he followed me over. Thank God for that. But when he got out of the car, he saw the damage he caused to my truck. He would not give me his insurance. He said it didn't, and then he when I was going to call the police, he got all crazy and pretty much begged me not to. All right, fine. It is what it is. But what he told me was if I follow him back to his house, he'll give me the cash to take care of it. And so, like a dummy, I believed him. And so I went ahead and turned around. I followed him back to the neighborhood. But whenever he got out of the truck, he went inside the house and closed the door. I didn't realize what he was doing. I thought maybe he was trying to find the money, gather up a few dollars of cash, whatever. But when he never came out. So I went to knock on the door. He sent his wife and his kids all out to tell me that I was crazy, that never happened, that I got the wrong house. And so now I'm completely confused on what I should do. I didn't take any pictures. I didn't call the police. Now I just don't know what to do. I'm thinking that we should try at some point, get back and drive over there. Maybe a lot of us around the hill, and not to fight necessarily, but just to kind of show a force.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I think you need to call the police. I think you need to tell them exactly what happened.
So
Go
just
in the house. Take them to the house where the guy went in.
Yeah. Even though it's
honestly they're probably not going to do anything at this point now.
Because
I should have called him immediately, and the guy probably don't even have insurance.
Yeah.
He's probably illegal.
Yeah, I think you're right. So
if you get them to go to their house, at least they can bring him outside and say, "Hey, let me see some ID." And if he's not legal, they can do whatever. They won't do anything, but at least that would scare the shit out of them. Cops go to his house.
Maybe so, but you don't think it's a good idea to load up and drive over there then?
No, I mean, if he comes to the door with a shotgun and shoots one of us, it'd be all for, I mean, maybe he wouldn't, but it's kind of stupid to get one of us killed over it. Over a
fender bender. Yeah. All right, Dan, that was pretty good. Voice of reason. That's kind of what I thought you was going to say, darn it. I remember
Nobody likes my voice of reasoning.
I remember the old you, Dan. The old you would have jumped out with a pair of jumper cables and choked the guy. So
yeah, the old me would have been over with you, the old me, but
now
I can't run anymore. It's just bad.
All right, Dan. Thanks for the advice. I'll call the popo.
All right, let's get you.
Love you. Y'all be safe, Dan. Safe travels.
Right. Love you too, bud.
Jamie.
You want to know something funny?
What?
Not one of them asked if you were okay.
No one asked if I was okay. You know what's going to be crazy, though? Get this. If I end up calling like Kim and I get a hold of her, if she's my sibling and she's also older, she may also have the voice of reason. And that's going to show you right there that all of the people who have already had their kids, who now are grandkids, they're seasoned, they're not going to be putting themselves in any kind of danger like that. But these young kids, Jake and Bree and Carter and Cash, and they're just going to throw in Lissa, Steph and Bud, they're just going to jump in the truck and roll, y'all. They're going to roll. Well, I guess we've discovered who my ride and dies are. It's my niece and nephews, darn it. And my siblings are good for nothing. Y'all, they're good for nothing. They'll talk some sense into your head, but they're good for nothing. Anywho, I know that may not have been exactly what you were hoping for in the time of me trying to make it up to you. I hope you got a good laugh. If you were the one who said that Jake and Bree would absolutely go and that Bud and Steph would go, congratulations, you are a winner. If you said Dan and Tina, well, they struck out. Ellie struck out. Don't forget, though, and please do not let him live this down. Bud wants to jump out and sword fight with this man. I don't know what Bud thinks he's going to prove by jumping out and sword fighting.
Steph's like, I will bring my gun and I will go gangster on him. And Buddy's like, well, bring the sword.
It was fun, y'all. It was fun. In real life, nothing happened to my truck besides what I did to it myself. And that was about a couple of weeks back when because I was not thinking straight, I had a mishap with the camper. And My camper has the RV, I mean, has messed up the back of my truck a little bit, but we're fine. Listen, I want to thank y'all for watching. There's not going to be a 3 o'clock video because this is going to serve as that video, but I got a big one coming up at 6, y'all. I got a big one coming up at 6. And that big one, you're not going to want to miss. Okay. I know you thinking, you said it every day, Lester, and they're boring. They're not boring, but this is one you're not going to want to miss. This has a whole lot of things that happened today around the sanctuary, and it has Mr. Ed, and you get to hear Mr. Ed's prediction on how many round rolls of hay we're going to get. And as you guys know, Mr. Ed is never wrong. Mr. Ed is never wrong. He's always right there. It's going to blow your mind, y'all. It's going to blow your mind. So I would absolutely hope that anybody who has a chance to watch that video at 6, I will play that on the I'm a Survivor Sanctuary YouTube this afternoon. And I'll also play that coming up in the next couple of mornings on the Facebook I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, since that is, in fact, things that kind of happen around the Plum Grove property. Okay. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you all. I'm so sorry I missed my noon live. Thank you for the compliments on my tan. It's not really browned off yet. I feel like it's more red, and I have been putting on sunblock, y'all, sunblock and a big a big floppy hat. So I am trying to take it easy on my skin. So I want to thank you all for watching and for you being my ride or dies. I thank you all for you being my ride or dies. Please don't forget about Bud and his desire to sword fight everyone he comes across. It's a weird thing that his age does, I guess, but it is what it is. Y'all give Bud a hard time about him and his sword fighting skills. He did not learn it from me. I can promise you that, okay? Thank y'all for watching. We love you so very much. I'm about to finish my delicious lunch that Jamie made me, and we will see you guys at 6 p.m. over on YouTube with a really wonderful, wonderful video. All right. And Facebook will catch you on the next couple of days with that same video. All right. Much love to you all. We'll catch you guys later.